Imagine walking into an old workshop and seeing a heavy metal wrench with a long handle and a movable jaw. Someone calls it a monkey wrench, but there's no monkey anywhere near it. So why that name? Was it named after an actual monkey? Was it because the tool somehow resembles a monkey? Or is there a completely different story hiding behind those two strange words? The answer takes us back to 19th century engineering, when adjustable wrenches were becoming increasingly useful in workshops, factories, railroads, and construction. And the history is more complicated than the name suggests. First, what is a monkey wrench? A traditional monkey wrench is a heavy-duty adjustable wrench. It has a fixed jaw and a movable jaw. The movable jaw can be adjusted by turning a threaded mechanism, allowing the wrench to grip nuts and fittings of different sizes. That's the important feature. One tool can handle multiple fastener sizes. Instead of carrying a separate wrench for every nut, a worker can adjust the tool to fit. Today, we have many types of adjustable wrenches, but the traditional monkey wrench has a distinctive design. It's usually large, robust, and built around a straight handle with a relatively substantial adjustable jaw. And that design has a fascinating history. Before adjustable wrenches, early mechanics had a simple problem. Fasteners came in different sizes. If you wanted to work on them efficiently, you needed tools that matched those sizes. That meant carrying multiple fixed-size wrenches. A worker might need a whole collection of tools just to handle different nuts and fittings. An adjustable wrench changed the game. Instead of changing the tool, you changed the opening. Turn the adjustment mechanism. Move a jaw. Grip the fastener. That sounds obvious today. But adjustable tools were a significant improvement for workers who needed flexibility. The wrench family gets bigger. During the Industrial Revolution, machines became larger and more complex. Factories expanded. Railroads spread. Steam engines required maintenance. Pipes and fittings became common in industrial systems. Workers needed tools capable of handling large components. Adjustable wrenches became particularly useful because they could accommodate different fastener sizes without requiring a huge collection of specialized tools. And this is where the traditional monkey wrench became associated with heavy mechanical work. But we still haven't solved the mystery. Why monkey? The name has a complicated history. There isn't one universally accepted explanation for the origin of the term monkey wrench. That's important. You'll sometimes hear confident stories claiming the name came from a specific inventor or a particular person named Monkey. Some versions connect the name with American toolmakers. Others suggest it developed from earlier names for adjustable wrenches. But historical evidence doesn't support every popular explanation equally well. The term appears to have developed as part of the changing vocabulary surrounding adjustable wrenches. And over time, monkey wrench became a recognizable name for a particular style of adjustable wrench. In other words, the exact origin is less certain than the tool's history. The Daniel Stilson connection. One name that frequently appears in discussions of wrench history is Daniel C. Stilson. Stilson developed the famous pipe wrench design that eventually became associated with his name. But here's an important distinction. A Stilson pipe wrench is not the same thing as a traditional monkey wrench. They may look somewhat related because both are adjustable tools with movable jaws, but they're designed for different jobs. A pipe wrench uses a toothed jaw system designed to grip cylindrical pipe. A monkey wrench is primarily intended for turning nuts, bolts, and similar fasteners. This distinction matters because old tool names can easily become mixed together in popular explanations. Why did the monkey wrench become so useful? Think about a 19th century railway workshop. A mechanic might be working on machinery with fasteners of different sizes. Carrying dozens of fixed wrenches would be inconvenient. An adjustable wrench provides flexibility. The worker can quickly change the jaw opening and continue working. That made the tool useful in industrial environments. It was especially valuable when large fasteners were involved. The long handle also provided leverage, and leverage is crucial when you're trying to loosen a stubborn nut. Leverage is the real superpower. Here's the simple physics behind the tool. The longer the handle, the greater the torque you can generate for the same applied force. That's why large wrenches can make difficult fasteners much easier to turn. Of course, there's a limit. Too much force can damage the fastener, the tool, or the surrounding component. And an adjustable wrench has to be positioned correctly. If the movable jaw isn't properly adjusted, the wrench can slip. So even a simple hand tool requires good technique. Why did other wrenches become more popular? As manufacturing became more standardized, specialized wrench designs became increasingly common. Fixed-size wrenches can provide a very precise fit. Socket wrenches can surround a fastener and distribute force around it. Combination wrenches can offer both open-end and box-end configurations. Adjustable wrenches remain useful, but they aren't always the best choice. For a tightly torqued fastener, a correctly sized fixed wrench or socket may provide better control. That's one reason the monkey wrench gradually became more of a traditional or specialized tool rather than a universal solution for every mechanical job. Why does the name survive? Here's the fascinating part. Tool names often survive long after the original reason for the name becomes unclear. People continue using familiar words because everyone understands what they mean. Monkey wrench became part of everyday language. The phrase even developed a figurative meaning. If someone says a situation has thrown a monkey wrench into the works, they're describing something that suddenly disrupts a plan. The expression comes from the idea of physically throwing a wrench into machinery and interfering with its operation. The tool therefore escaped the workshop. It became part of the language itself. The name sounds strange today. Modern listeners naturally hear the word monkey and imagine an animal. That's understandable. But the name developed in a very different linguistic environment. Historical tool terminology was often inconsistent. Manufacturers, workers, tradespeople, and regions could use different names for similar tools. Some names were descriptive. Some were nicknames. Others simply became established through repeated use. Once a name becomes common, its original meaning can disappear. That's exactly what makes old tool names so interesting. Monkey wrench versus adjustable wrench. There's another point worth clearing up. Today, people sometimes use monkey wrench and adjustable wrench interchangeably. But technically, they can refer to different designs. A modern adjustable wrench typically has a compact head and a worm screw that moves one jaw. A traditional monkey wrench generally has a larger, heavier design with a different adjustment mechanism. The exact terminology can vary by region and historical period. So when someone says monkey wrench, the safest approach is to look at the actual tool rather than assume every adjustable wrench is technically the same design. The simple answer. So why is it called a monkey wrench? The honest answer is, the exact origin of the name is uncertain, but monkey wrench became an established term for a particular type of heavy adjustable wrench during the 19th century development of industrial tools. It wasn't necessarily named because someone put a monkey near a wrench. And the popular stories about a specific inventor or origin should be treated carefully unless supported by historical evidence. What we do know is that the tool became valuable because it solved a very practical problem. One adjustable tool could handle many different fastener sizes. That made it useful in workshops, factories, railroads, construction, and mechanical maintenance. And the name survived. Eventually, monkey wrench became more than a tool name. It became an expression. Today, when someone says a problem has thrown a monkey wrench into the works, they're using the name of an old mechanical tool to describe an unexpected disruption. So the next time you see one hanging in a toolbox, remember, the monkey probably isn't the interesting part. The interesting part is the engineering. A simple adjustable jaw, a threaded mechanism, and a long handle turned a basic hand tool into one of the most recognizable symbols of mechanical work. And somehow, after more than a century, nobody ever managed to get the monkey out of the name. Thanks for listening.